Alright, so just got kicked off because I was doing something with Fraps, but basically I just wanted to show you that the wizard can absolutely positively be OP. Now, I'm not going to lie to anybody. Um, as many of you may have noticed, hell difficulty, which is what I'm on right now, um, is just plain stupid. Like, little people hit me for that much. But luckily, I'm just gonna probably tell you guys and show you guys my wizard build just to show you maybe what um, would be best for you. So basically, all my items, or some of my items, you can see here, have this one regenerates 32 life per second. This one is 44 life per second and 68 life per second, and all those stack. And as you can see here, most of my items that regenerates 29 life per second. Almost all of my items have intelligence, and my intelligence is 984 right now. And for the wizards and witch doctors, you can see it increases all damage by 984%. So right now, I have 4,000 damage just like on my base attacks, not including crits. It's just straight up damage, just based on everything. And then I'm not even gonna lie, you got to use the auction house to make this easy. I know you feel like a fucking cheapskate afterwards. I do. I feel like a total just rip off, I guess. You know, because I want to find the good items for myself and hold that one awesome baby that I find. And it's the auction house I felt like is a sort of bad idea. I didn't really look for amulets though, but almost every item that I have contains intelligence, just some pretty intense intelligence. So in the auction house you want to look for that. I found all these intelligence things, these square ones, for hell difficulty, because I want that maximum damage output along with all these extra attributes like my life regen, all these other things. Vitality is a good thing too, because as you can see right here, I used to have about 20,000 just because of my overall vitality, but that sort of got struck down after I was looking for other stuff. Dexterity isn't all that useful for me anyways, because I'm not a monk or a demon hunter. So intelligence is a big thing, and so is vitality. So you want to look into both of those, and life regen. But life regen sort of goes, it's not counted as vitality, so but yeah, and defense is a good, awesome thing. But what I want to mainly talk about are my skills, and I have the base magic missile, and it hits the nearest enemy and hit for additional damage. Now it's basically the charge blast one rune, which is what I had enabled the entire time. I didn't really care about all these weird cool ones, but the charge blast and the seeker I stuck with basically the whole time. And my arcane orbs, I used to have the increased damage so I could have that maximum damage output, but I figured because of its chance to stun or almost knock back enemies, I reduced the casting cost so I can cast about 8 at a time in one whole little sweep, and then kite around and hurt them some more. Then, of course, my Frost Nova spell, you can't forget this, but it's freaking excellent because on smaller enemies, if they're frozen, they take an intense amount of damage, and they're chilled after that for a few seconds. So the entire time that's happening after they're frozen, so like if an entire group of enemies swarm in on me, I freeze them, blow them to bits with my arcane orbs because they do splash damage, and so it's basically like a bunch of grenades going off, I guess is the best, or a missile or something. But yeah. So yeah, you definitely want that one because whenever you freeze them, I'm telling you, they take a bunch of damage, and I'll show you exactly why I'm doing so much damage on hell difficulty. All these people are really, really tanky, and For my W, or my second ability, it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, but I play League of Legends, so I do Q, W, E, and R just to get used to the game. But I have the Hydra and the Venom Hydra because the Venom Hydra's pools stack up to 10 times. And all of the damage that goes into this comes directly from here. My magic weapon, which I always have to have active, and I'll show you what that does in a second. It increases my weapon's effectiveness, basically boosting all the stats that it already has, plus all the damage. The rune I have it on it even further increases that damage and gives a chance to knock back enemies no matter what I'm doing. So like if either I do my magic missile or my arcane orbs, so it's just the wizard's amazing for kite ability, and I can't wait to try him out in PvP just to see how he does. But the Venom Hydra, his pools stack up to 10 times. So if I keep one enemy in a spot with the frozen thing, with the Frost Nova right here, and I freeze him and my Hydra shoots 10 pools under him, it will do 10 times the amount of damage as one pool. It is incredibly, it just eats away at their health. It's incredible. And then the reason I decided to go with this, oops, I shouldn't have activated that, but because it sort of defeats the purpose of what I was trying to show you. But yeah, this just this magic weapon. I'm not really into the armor abilities because of my life regen. You don't really, I mean, it's good for protection, I guess, maybe if you're playing on Inferno, but the enemies do hit for a lot. But if you can kite them around enough, they can't even get to you to the point to where they can hit you. So so those, I feel, this is just my personal opinion, but I feel like they're kind of useless. I just try to worry about that maximum damage output so that I can just kill the enemies and move on with my day instead of worrying about them hitting me. And then my mirror image, I decided to get that instead of Explosive Blast or Archon. Archon is incredibly OP. He does so much damage, especially with my newfound items that I got in the auction house. But I used to have this one that made 5 of them, but they take away a percentage of my life overall, and they don't last as long as these. So I like to use this one because they last a bit longer and they're given extra life, so they last a bit longer and all that. But yeah, it's excellent for kite ability. And then my passives decrease melee damage, so that's basically if they do come in, it'll decrease it by 20%. That's just the just-in-case measure. Than the Illusionist. Basically, not every enemy in the game, but the heavy enemies, if they deal, most of them deal more than 15% of your life in a single hit. So that's maybe to about here, I'd say. If they knock you down to about this amount of health, which most enemies do in Hell mode, it automatically reduces the cooldown on Mirror Image or Teleport. So I can just keep popping that out, keep kiting them, and it's just excellent for kite ability to have those two hand in hand. Or you can even use Teleport and get the rune with it spawns to people to further kite them. And then this one, also, along with this rune right here, dealing more damage to frozen or chilled enemies. This one also does the exact same thing, but just increased by 20%. So they take more damage, and you just do more damage to them. It's incredibly overpowered. So I think I'm just gonna get into the gameplay now. I'm about to fight this Spider Queen lady.